Contractors working around the streetcar find out why safety comes first. A new memorial to honor the local heroes of World War II, and community leaders discover how it feels to live in poverty.
1 week I'll pay the mortgage, 1 week I'll pay the utilities.
Those stories in a moment, coming up next on Tucson City News in Review. Hi, I'm Lane Mantle, and welcome to Tucson City News in Review. For this show, we're coming to you from downtown's Armory Park, the home of historic memorials that honor the fallen soldiers of the Spanish-American War and World War I. In a moment, we'll take you to the long-awaited dedication of the park's latest memorial. But first, here's a look at the training required of contractors working near the rail and power lines along the streetcar corridor.
By next summer, the streetcar will be in full operation, but it's not too soon to stress the most important word to remember about driving, biking, walking, or working near the 3.9-mile track.
Safety is always number one every day here at Sunlink.
And safety is the whole point of this free 40-minute track access training session.
The area that we work in and what we're concerned with is 4 feet from each rail going out and 10 feet high.
It's a safety program that instructs contractors and city employees and anyone who's going to be working around our right-of-way the dangers and what to look out for when working around a streetcar system.
The session stresses 2 things to watch out for. First is the streetcar. Empty, it weighs 33 tons.
And that train, all electric, is very quiet. It can sneak right up on you and you won't know it until it's already hit you.
The second thing to watch out for is the overhead cable, electrified with 750 volts.
And that can kill you like that.
So, any contractor working within 4 feet of the rail or 10 feet of the overhead contact system must be certified.
Everyone that's gone through our training program gets one of these. It's called a track access card. Basically, it's a card that'll have your name and serial number recorded in our system.
The card tells Sunlink operators you've been properly trained. In addition, contractors planning work inside the streetcar right-of-way will need a track access permit outlining the scope of work, the equipment that will be used, and whether traffic control will be required. To sign up for Sunlink's free worker protection safety training, call 791-3333.
8 years ago, it was only a dream. Today, it's a reality. Here now is the dedication of a special memorial to remember the nearly 400 local heroes who, in the name of freedom, gave their all.
We are here today to dedicate the memorial to honor the more than 360 individuals from the Tucson area who served and died in combat during World War II.
Growing up, I can remember my grandfather sharing with me sketches and drawings of what he envisioned for this memorial.
Memories of his late grandfather, Gilbert Quintanilla, whose dream of a World War II memorial is now a reality.
1, 2, 3.
The 8.5-year project was spearheaded by Quintanilla, a World War II veteran, his late wife, Connie Lujan Harris, and their family.
They want a group photo of all the World War II vets up in the front.
Once again, they would gather together like they did years ago here at Armory Park, where they boarded a bus that would take them into battle. But today, for these World War II veterans, it was a time to celebrate and a time to remember loved ones lost.
He was the youngest in the family. I believe he was about 23, 24 years old. He was drafted.
World War II veteran rifleman Lupe Lopez tells us about his younger brother, Ignacio Lopez, who was killed in action crossing the Rhine River in Germany in 1945.
From the very top, seventh one down.
Having his brother honored in a memorial like this means
a lot. It means a lot. When I got that paper, that's the first thing I looked for, see if his name was there. And sure enough, right away I picked it out.
For the Lopez family, this World War II memorial honors a loved one lost in battle and also reminds them of how lucky they are to have Lupe Lopez in their lives.
I have a lot of pride on what they've done. whoever pushed it and did the hard work, and the dream they had, they did it, you know. Not just for us, but for all the rest of the veterans.
Like Ignacio Lopez, each name on this memorial has a story behind it. A story of courage, sacrifice, and heroism.
And it's high, high in the field artillery. Shout out your numbers loud and strong. For wherever you go, you will always know that the caissons go rolling along. Keep them rolling, and those caissons go rolling along. Keep them rolling, and the caissons go rolling along.
Finally, to help someone appreciate the struggles of those who live in poverty, community leaders got together for a workshop that provided the tools to do just that.
Former U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Richard Carmona knows firsthand what it's like to live in poverty.
I remember having to wait on long lines at public hospitals. I remember being homeless as a child. I remember being hungry. And I remember the indignities of all of that, hoping that somebody will reach out and help you.
So, for an hour-long exercise to simulate how it feels when you struggle to make ends meet, it was fitting for this general to lead the charge.
Your goals this month are to keep your home secure, feed your family, keep your utilities on, make all necessary loan payments, pay for miscellaneous expenses.
Hosted by Mayor Rothschild's Poverty Commission, the simulation grouped individuals into families, each with its own story, but sharing the day-to-day reality of living with too many bills and too little money.
1 week I'll pay the mortgage, 1 week I'll pay the utilities, 1 week I'll do the medical, and 1 week I'll do the automobile loan.
You still owe $25 on your loan, so I'll take that from you.
If you owe money you don't have, there's always the pawn shop.
It may be worth $100, but we're a pawn shop. We have to make money.
Simulation participants included representatives from social service agencies, local companies, city departments, and elected officials.
Okay, I can go, I have money to get back to work.
Right.
Do I have any other responsibilities right now other than to go to work?
No.
During the simulation, the mayor role-played a father working hard to keep his family afloat.
We're in a situation where if everything goes exactly right, we're okay. I work, you know, but if something goes wrong, we don't have any safety net. We don't have anything to help us if we get a bad break.
The mayor says the exercise worked to drive home the stark reality of living in poverty.
Part of this is about, as Dr. Carmona said, infinite need and finite resources. And at some point as a society, we're going to have to look at that and say, maybe we need to commit more resources, because every person that lands in poverty just creates more stress on our society. That's what I'm learning here today. And we're going to have to face that issue straight up at some point.
That wraps it up for this edition. For Tucson 12, I'm Lane Mandel, and I'll see you next time on Tucson City News in Review. But before we go, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of unusual animals hanging out at the Reed Park Zoo.
Our lemurs are black and white ruffed lemurs, and the cool thing about them here at the zoo is that we're going to be part of a breeding program. Good boy up here. Good, Pepe. Good boy. So these two have been paired up. We're hoping for some babies.